Hello, this is Catherine Dubberly, the Answer Lady. Today I'd like to show you the double E-wrap cast-on for knitting boards. This is for single knitting. I want to make it clear that I think sometimes people call another kind of cast-on the double E-wrap also. So if you run into another version, don't be stunned. We just all name what we do, what we're accustomed to calling it. But this is what I call the double E-wrap. Okay, let's double E-wrap. If we were doing the single E-wrap, we would begin with one loop on a peg, and we would make the letter E, or the pretend letter E, with our yarn around every peg. The double E-wrap is the same, but we begin on one peg when we wrap two. Then we knit the first peg over. That means there's already an unknitted loop on peg 2. Now we wrap 2 again, in this case 2 and 3, and we knit over 2. My knot kind of got into the act there, just try to ignore it. Now we wrap 3 and 4 in a single E-wrap, and we knit over 3, and so on across. The advantage of this is two or threefold. It's a little bit easier to do and control the yarn, so sometimes new knitters have a better time with it. It also makes a somewhat more robust cast on because there's just more yarn involved. It will make your first row of knitting easier to achieve because this is more stable than the plain old E-wrap. In the case of a felted item, the greater robustness adds some stability to the edge. But because there is more yarn involved, this is also a stretchy cast-on, which can be good or bad depending on your application. It's just nice to have more than one way to do things, so this is the double E-wrap. I'll do a few more stitches so you can see it. Of course, in real life it goes faster than this. I'm doing it slowly so you can see, and also so I can stay out of the way of the camera. But it makes a very nice edge. There you go. Give it a try. See if you like it. Now I'm going to knit back the first row from the double E-wrap. I'm using the flat stitch, which I use a lot. And you can see how quickly it goes compared to trying to keep all those loose E's wrapped on the pegs as you knit them over. Also, on the inside, we've got a little bit more fabric already, something to pull down on. Let's finish this row. Here we go. Just like that. Whoops. And if you make that mistake, just put put your loops back on the pegs and knit them over. There's no need to retwist them because the twist is already a row below. I hope you find this helpful with your knitting projects. Happy knitting, and bye now.